Welcome, Taurus. It's 2017. Happy New Year. I'm Dadhichi from astrology.com.au. Not sure if you were listening to the introduction that I gave on what's happening, in terms of the general transits and the, let's not call it conspiracy, but freedom of speech and, living life on a, more on your own terms, independently than what people expect of you. I think that's the theme for all of us, living independently. The problem is when we have a lot of issues surrounding us, such as what we see in your 8th house with Saturn transiting their friendly planet to you, but nevertheless a planet that causes its constrictions, its major lessons, and that, I believe, is what's been happening to a lot of you born under the sign of the bull. Yeah, Saturn moving in that 8th house is tough. It really causes you to question. And that brings up issues of trusting other people intimately. So your closest relationships, are you able to open yourself up once you've been burnt, battered and bruised by someone? Some of you will be going through that. And so the big lesson here is trust. I always say that for Taurus because the concern for security is very much anchored in this mistrust. Trying to make sure you have enough money, all that sort of stuff, comes from that feeling that, maybe the universe won't provide. Maybe I won't have a house to live in. Maybe I won't have enough money to retire on as I get older. I'm not saying you should avoid those responsibilities in your life, but you need to come into 2017 with a little bit more trust and just relax a little bit into the whole idea that the universe does in fact reflect the subconscious projections that we have. And what's happening in your immediate environment is intimately, speaking of intimacy, intimately linked with that attitude you bring into the universe. So an attitudinal change is definitely important. That planet will still remain in this area for you until 20th of December 2017. So you still need a lot more work on that planet. And it has had a favourable influence and aspect to Uranus in the 12th house. So on one level, you're feeling challenged in the emotional side of your life. But the 12th house has to do with the past. Uranus is flashes of brilliance there. And I can see that if you're able to somehow coordinate these past difficult experiences with the level head that you usually have, and use those experiences in 2017, not to avoid people for fear that you're going to be hurt again in a relationship or in a business dealing or in a circumstance where you're embarrassed, but using those experiences to learn how to adjust yourself and to adapt. Because as Darwin said, evolution is all about survival of the fittest. You have to be fit for survival. And that sounds like a really big thing. And what's evolution got to do with your day-to-day life? Well, you do have to survive. It is a competitive world. You have to go out there and deal with the challenges of the newly emerging technologies, economies, the problems that we face in a world where there are just huge numbers of people now. The competition is much greater. So you have to be clever in the way you approach those things. Pluto is transiting your 9th house still and will continue to do so. So it gives you the capacity to really radically shift your thinking and opinions. And there again, I have had the experience with many born under Taurus now in this last 3, 4, 5, 6 years, undergoing some incredible changes to their philosophy, their belief system as a result of this. So that's something, even if you don't want to do it, your circumstances are going to, just through sheer necessity, force you to make those adjustments that you need to get through life and to come out on top, because that's an important part of it as well. Jupiter will echo that to some extent. It will remain in your 6th house of work practices up until the 10th of October in 2017. And that is showing us your capacity to expand in the way you perform your service. So rather than worrying too much about what's going on in terms of trusting that the universe will provide. It's all about, at least for this next 6 to 8 months, even more into October, working through what it is you can do to really make your service, your skills superior to those of your competitors. You have to be a little bit careful here that you don't get drawn into the minutiae of what you're doing and lose sight of the bigger picture here. So that requires considerable balance for you. We see as the year commences your ruling planet Venus up there nice and high in the heavens with having just and will shortly after the new year starts have the company of Moon. The Moon and Venus is a very powerful combination for work for you. There are changes happening there. The sextile aspect of Saturn is slowing things down. There are some concerns for some of you that you may not have the stability in that work. But Venus there, along with Jupiter in the 6th house, I feel that can provide you the opportunity to go out there and do a bit of wheeling and dealing. Don't just remain complacent, I think, is one of the key phrases for you. Do not remain complacent, Taurus. Mars, Neptune, and one of the karmic points in your 11th house of friendship shows that you've got the dynamic drive to meet new people, but that conjunction with Neptune at the very outset of the year, right on day 1 of 2017, sets the trend for some nebulous, confusing sorts of signals you may receive or may in fact be giving off, probably because of that underlying insecurity that we're seeing. So you need to be clear, but by all means, you need to steer clear of anyone that you feel is not right. And if you're having doubts, there's no point in trying to prove yourself wrong. Just wait till that conjunction passes, and that will happen when Mars moves to the 12th house of your horoscope on the 27th of February. So you'll have all of January, this planet moving through that. You'll meet new people, but may have some confusion surrounding the type of characters you come in touch with. So bear that in mind. There's no need for you to rush madly into making decisions, but I do think you need to remain open and to explore new possibilities in your life throughout 2017. This is a snapshot, just a bit of an opener for you. We do have I know because I wrote the 30,000 words, the 12 signs of the Zodiac 2017 forecast in more depth. That gives you the general overview, your love, romance, compatibility, what's happening in your relationship prospects, your career and finance, and also the spiritual, karmic, and luck aspects of your year, Taurus, for 2017. Join me there at astrology.com.au to get that information, along with the monthlies that we'll also be putting together with this short video that I give you each month. Look forward to your company. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.